back to In This Season, where we are all about growing
and glowing in each season.
My name is Priscilla. Some of you know me as Elatam Priscilla, and
I'm Zerida. Most of you know me as Epicurious Diaries. These are our guests, the wonderful DK.
During Kansime, most of you know me as DK.
And the wonderful Beyond Boss Babe.
Hi, Claire here.
So in this episode, we're going to be exploring the world of relationships and friendships, and generally exploring the social dynamics that happen when love and relationships come into the picture, how our circles change over time, and the challenges or the good things that we sometimes experience with those changes.
Yes, I think that we have two amazing co-hosts or guests who have navigated life in different seasons, both as single women and now as actively married.
Actively
Yes.
married. Can you passively married?
And you can be passively married. No, you're passing off. So I think it would be nice to just sort of explore and hear from you how that transition has been. Of course, I mean, for myself, I'm also now, moving from being single to soon being married. So I can see how it can be a bit of, a thing. But also I think that the most modern society, or like bridal showers always tell you when you're like singers, cut your friends were single, ditch them, they're not
now married
good.
friends.
Now
Friends.
look for married friends. So I'm curious to learn and hear from all of you how that experience has been. So
I really think that we've boxed ourselves
Yeah.
to believe in whoever started it. I believe in friendships that evolve with seasons of life. I believe that at every season or in every season of your life, you will meet people that will impact you. I don't believe in cut off your friends as you're going to get married. They're cornering into the bedroom and they're like, do you look at all these your mates? They don't like you. Don't let them come into your home. I mean, these are your peers that you've grown up with. I truly appreciate that it is important. I mean, if you're in business, for example, find people who are in the business.
As well, but don't cut off other people.
But don't cut us off.
Yeah.
Different people have different roles to play in your life.
I believe that when you get married, I mean, for me, getting married young, all I had were my high school friends. And here I remember someone telling me, you need to start associating with those women and pointing at them. I'm looking at these women who are closer to my mother's age. I do not know them. While I know
You
that
probably
it is
don't have much in
important
common.
that the older women will teach the younger ones, I don't think that you need to cut off your friends. I think that good friendships stand the test of time and season. I mean, when I would have like my first child's birthday, all I would invite were my campus friends, because those were people who were there when I was pregnant in class, when I had the baby at school, and they would carry.
And you had a lot in common with them.
Yes, so I
also.
believe that even when you get married, one of the things is that don't lose yourself. Marriage should build you as two, but also should give you an avenue to grow as a person.
yeah.
That is why you'll have your friends maybe who are not yet married. But also I want you to know that when you get married, also in that setting, find people who are married, so that when I come and tell you, you
don't say
you
Leave
don't
the
be
man.
like, you don't be like,
Yeah.
it's okay. If you need to come and share with someone and say,
Who could
we are going
understand or
through,
relate.
we are either waiting on a child, what do you think? And someone will tell you, we were there before, and this is how we navigated. So I believe in a balance. Have your friends. Of course, I can tell you that I might be married and I'm your friend and you're married and I'm a threat to your marriage.
Yes.
So
there's no hard or fast rule.
Yes, let the world not make young girls believe that us, the older women, we are not a threat to their marriage.
100%.
We can be the worst threats.
Yeah.
So you you should be able to tell your friends whoever they are.
Okay. When we've had this conversation on something similar on unpopular opinion, and at that time I was very newly married, and I think I said that I wouldn't cut off my friends. Now I wouldn't cut off, but I would like to adjust a little bit with a bit more experience. I'd like to adjust. I haven't cut off any of my friends, any of my single friends. Actually, many of my good friends are single. It's just that now you become a little bit more aware of the fact that they're unaware
About
of
so
what
many
you're
things.
going through.
Yeah.
It's just so aware, and some of them are not mature enough. You get
They see love and relationships from an idealistic.
exactly. So they know what they know from books. But are you actually going through it? And
Or from
there are
dating.
others, or from dating.
That's
And then there
a
are
whole
others
difference.
that are actually mature, a lot more mature than even married people. So I think it's more just discernment. So before I'd be like, no, everyone, I'll talk about it and stuff. And I also found that married people, especially in closed communities like churches and stuff, they guard the information so much. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't talk about sex in front of married people, in front of
Single people.
single people. You can't talk about the problems you have with your husband.
And yet it
I've
really
noticed-
helps
and yet it
for
really helps them to give
people
them a
to
clear
learn.
picture
Yes.
of what marriage really looks like. Like, you're not going to get married and suddenly you're good at sex.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
So they make decisions from an
Oh, it
informed
does?
way.
Oh my god, I thought it's automatic.
No, yeah, it helps people make a decision from an informed point
because
of
then
view.
they'll know Claire and Philip went through A, B, C, and D.
It's
But
not
they
the end.
navigated it A, B, C, and D. So they're not just looking at Claire and Philip who are all lovey-dovey, because when we're in a good place, by the
Yeah,
way,
you're in a good place. Yeah.
But then when we're not about that, we just usually our single friends would not see that.
Yeah.
But you're married.
And
friends,
what
right?
that does is it makes people
gives
think that it's a bed of roses.
Exactly.
So the first time a 23-year-old encounters after their first fight with their husband,
It's called
they think
pill.
it's the end.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So I've learned to just discern which of my friends to talk to. There are those friends that are going to be like, oh my God, how dare he? But I don't need that.
Yeah.
And then there are those married friends who are going to be like, regardless of what he does, you need to be a wife. You need to remember what
And also
your
sometimes
vows
you
and stuff.
don't
And you're
need
like,
that.
no, but you also don't need that.
Yeah.
So the friend that is comforting when you need it, and the one that knows, that can discern, that Claire right now needs discernment. And then another one will be able to discern that Claire right now needs some tough loving. You get, but not all time is for tough loving, and not all time is for comfort. And
Yeah.
for me,
And it
I
doesn't
have
make
learned-
either one of them a bad
It
friend.
doesn't. It doesn't. The one who tough loves has their time. When I need tough love, I will go to that person. When I need comfort, I will go to that person. Neither one of them is a bad friend. It's just, and I've learned that they could either be single or they could be married.
It doesn't.
Yes. Although now I have been I'm more aware of my single friends' inability to comprehend
A lot of the stuff.
what I have to go through as a married woman.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Okay.
Interesting.
Over.
Wow, sorry, I was
You are absorbing.
I was absorbing.
It's a lot.
No, I think for me now, as I'm in a good place where I'm in a transition,
Yeah.
and I think for me it's a case of time. It's not so much about who I can go to or who I can. I mean, we're still in a very bed of roses. There's no drama. It's still, oh my God, kumbaya. So there's not so much I'm running to talk about to anyone. But I think for me, it's just the issue of now priorities have changed. I feel like I have to prioritize my partner more.
And how is that affecting your friendships? Any of them?
I feel like in the beginning there was a bit not jealous. Oh yeah, jealousy. Because people say jealousy is a bad thing, but jealousy is not a bad thing.
No,
It's the emotion of jealousy says that I love you very much, and someone's taking
I'm
you away from
struggling
me.
to share.
So I feel like a few of my very close friends have struggled to share me with my partner because I've been single for so long.
And if you've been
And
available
I've been
for so long, yeah.
So I've been like that shoulder to cry on. Call me anytime we are talking, 1 hour conversations, and now that I've made,
The strong lady is no longer very.
I'm not available. I'm talking with my man.
You
get.
I'm still struggling.
Yeah, so I feel like that has been the struggle. And I've just had to make it clear, like, look, I still care for you very dearly, but now I have to prioritize this new relationship. I missed a very dear friend's birthday. My partner and her share no, don't share birthday, but she threw her birthday party on the same day, and I was in town. Ideally, I would have been at hers first without even a thought, you know.
Always,
That's always the default.
A given.
Exactly. So when she sent me the invitation, I struggled to RSVP because I'm like, oh my God, we have already plans with my man to go out of town, and I felt so bad. Like I told him, but can I go there for like 2 hours? Then we travel. But then I'm like, but it's also his birthday. He wants us to go spend the night. So it was a bit, so I think for me, I've just had to realize, like, look, this is my forever. My friends have been there. They know I care for them deeply. Let me first strengthen this. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to, So now I think it's just saying, look, when they call me and I'm talking with Michael, I'm like, you know what? I'm talking to Michael. Let me call you back. And if Michael calls me and talking to one of my friends, I tell him, babe, talking to so-and-so, let me call you back. So that both of them know that when I'm...
Both are important.
Both of them are important, but I prioritize their time when it's their time. Yeah.
I get that. I know that generally when you're single, unattached, you have so much more time to give to your various relationships.
Exactly.
And then when you get into something, you're trying to build something, especially
the
man will
early
leave his
days.
father and his mother.
I know, you have to claim,
A man will leave his father and his mother. But sometimes that puts a strain on some relationships because you have this friend who would call you anytime and be like, yo, let's do this, and you're available to do it.
Exactly.
And then suddenly there's this other thing.
Yeah.
And every time they call you, you're not
available.
Yeah. Or, but you're at so-and-so's play. You're doing this and this with so-and-so. And then sometimes there was, comments or feelings of, mom, I don't they release you or to our calabar, And it's important to understand that even if it's not from a bad place.
No, it's not.
It's just like you said, it's that struggle of this is how it's been.
Yeah.
Change is difficult.
It
for
is.
everyone.
Yeah. But I also believe, again, and strongly for me, is that if, for me, my test of friendship is season.
Yes.
For example, I've gone through really a very bad season that you will easily call me and I will not answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you'll hear people who say, oh, you talk about Namasim. But I know that the friends, we keep saying that amazing friendships are not withered, do not wither with season. They'll know that either she's not able to pick because either she's struggling, or can I call the husband, or can I call the sister,
Or can I give her space?
or
space?
actually say, is she at home? Do you think I'm able to see her? Because I know that I've also been that friend. We go through seasons of transition.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my really, really good friend. She's not on the Instagram. You'll see one picture of us, but I know that she's someone who will be there in the seasons of life. So for me, for a friend to say, oh, you didn't come to my party because you are with your man, as in kati watwela bida.
Yeah.
For
Those
me,
are very
we'll still be
understandable.
there.
But they'll come and go.
It doesn't sit well with me. I believe that I should be the friend who says, Claire, Philippa, Kuchimie, situko ogende.
Yeah.
It's your
It's
time to go.
important, true.
It is. I know that I love you. I enjoy your company, but it is very important that you return to your partner at this moment.
Yeah.
I should be able to go and say, Claire, I won't make it for your party because my husband came and said we have to go for fellowship, and I must
Be able to call me and
yes,
tell
and
me
you should
and
be
I
able
know
to
that
actually.
I don't guilt
shouldn't
trip
be
you.
exactly guilt tripping. Exactly, I should be able to tell you, Claire, I totally understand. You actually need to be there, and it is okay, you people.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
And I think, DK, you're the one person that has taught me that. I used to feel so guilty. So guilty. When I'm out and with my friends when things are kawa, but when things, for me, when I'm going through something, I retract. That's my natural way. Don't mean anything.
It's not about you, it's about you.
It's about me. And I think of my friends, and I'd feel bad, and I see the phone ringing, and I look at it ringing, and it doesn't. But you keep on saying that to me has really affirmed our friendship. That even when I feel guilty, I'm like, but DK understands.
Yeah.
You get, and I feel guilty a lot, by the way, when I'm like, okay, I really do not want to talk to anyone, but this person keeps calling and calling and insisting.
And sometimes you feel like you should self-abandon
yes, and then
to
I
accommodate.
want to self-abandon to accommodate this person so they don't feel so bad. But at that point,
You're not in.
you don't even have the energy to
Yeah.
accommodate someone else, and you're the person that has actually taught me that there is a friendship that can succeed, that can because our friendship is fairly new. You get our friendship is fairly new. But you're always telling me, Claire, I'll be here when you come, when you're ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get, I'll be here when you're ready. You don't push the issue, and vice versa. I also know not to push the issue with you. You know, if you're going through something and stuff, and I've gone through some really difficult times that you know about, and it has really, really affirmed me that you're actually my friend. Because I never have to pretend and pick up your phone calls and pretend smile with you when I don't feel, I don't
Like
have
you
that.
don't feel like you
I don't have it in me. I don't feel, I'd never feel like you're going to see me and be like, Bambi Claire, you didn't pick up the other time. Na yo tukuzeko,
When I
you
meet
think you're doing what?
when you answer and you're like the first thing you're like, kununo kati you
Yeah,
picked
Bambi,
the
yeah,
phone,
exactly.
finally.
Passive aggression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe in
Passive aggressiveness
friendships
sucks.
of I
Grace.
keep saying that maybe I am old enough. I keep saying I believe in friendships of I will be right here
When you need me.
When you're ready.
at all times.
Yeah.
We'll go through seasons of not talking for 4 months. We'll go through seasons of career. I mean, you've been on time difference.
Yeah.
But for you to have a friend that you need to be on pressure on
All the
because
time.
you want her not to think that you're a bad friend, it is very taxing.
It
and
is.
I don't
It's a
think
lot of
that
work.
at our age we can
We should-
manage.
Yeah, with
I
all the
get
bills
that.
we
It's
have
kind
to
of
pay.
like how Priscilla has been going through this whole period of wedding planning and all these things on top of sustaining a long distance relationship, time zones, all these things, right? And so I had mentioned in a previous episode about how sometimes you communicate, she'll respond after 5 days.
Yeah.
She'll respond back after 5 days, but it's not grace. I
Yeah.
think it's growing up.
It is.
Right.
No, I
There's
don't-
never
I-
a moment where I sit and feel
Yeah,
she's
like
not
she's-
prioritizing this,
the
but
show,
we're doing
yeah,
something.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, I don't think it's growing up. I think it is being intentional again because I have had friendships where you are gracious but they are not gracious.
True.
It takes, as you've said, it takes mutual vulnerability. When DK misses you, she will not guilt trip you into seeing her. She'll pick up the phone and say, Claire, I hope you're okay. I really miss you.
When you're ready, I'm here.
Yeah, you get. But if I meet you and I guilt trip you into, these
talk
days
about
you're
that.
hanging out with
Yeah,
your
like
other
me.
friends, I don't see you anymore. Deep down, what I'm trying to say is I miss you, DK, but I'm not vulnerable enough with
to
you
say,
to say that
yeah.
DK, I miss you. So I'll guilt trip you into making you feel like, DK, these days you only hang out with Claire.
Passive aggression,
You know,
and
you're being passive
resentment
aggressive,
and-
you're resenting. So I
Positive
think that
toxicity.
yeah, it is.
That's how I want to call it.
Yeah, it is being
It's
being
positive
passive
toxicity.
aggressive. So I think there is a level in friendship that where you're both mutually vulnerable to transition the different seasons, whether it's singlehood or marriage. Because I believe that if at the foundation of your friendship, if there is mutual vulnerability, where both of you are able to say, look, I'm not doing well and I don't think I can see you. And then you'll be like, good, I understand, you know, and then I won't guilt trip you to seeing me or whatever. Then I think we can be able to transition irrespective of whatever seasons that we're in. But I feel like,
And you know, these are things that break friendships.
Yeah,
Such simple things. You know, I feel, let's say I'm going through a difficult time.
yeah,
And you're my friend, you miss me, I'm going through a difficult
Yeah.
time, so I can't give you what you need.
exactly.
And then you come to me and be like, but for you never, no. And then,
Yeah.
you know, and you get mad, and then I'm like,
But you don't
either trying-
understand what
Either
I'm
I'm
going
trying
through.
to, either I'm saying you don't understand, or
Yeah.
I'm going to just try to wear a mask.
Also to
or
defend
a face,
yourself.
trying to defend myself, and
Exactly.
that's where really good friendships
Die.
die.
Yeah.
Because of that immaturity to know that, okay, listen, this person has a lot on her plate. This person is going through A, B, C, and D. Maybe they feel like it's okay. Don't even try to make excuses. Or
Just know
try-
that this
just
person
know
loves
this person
me.
loves me.
By the time they do
Exactly.
X, Y, Z, there must
means-
be a reason.
Yeah.
You don't even have
Just-
to understand
Just
the
pick.
reason.
No one is a mind reader.
Yeah.
Pick your phone up and say, Zerida. Every time
I
I'm
would
in
like
the
to
city,
see you.
I'm like, Zeri, I'm coming in. We should meet up.
Yeah.
Simple. As in, I don't understand where we got this fear
I
of being
remember
real with each other.
DKFing, and I haven't said this to you before, but every time I comment on a photo, you always send me a how are you.
Yeah.
Even
I
a
avoid
like.
commenting on
Even
your
a
photo
Yeah.
because of that. How I do not know how to say how are you deeply enough in that particular moment. When I recommend, by the way, it's because I don't mind you saying how are you and I can respond.
Yeah.
Usually, if I comment, sometimes I even like something or comment with before I even think, and then you send me how are you, and
And you're like,
oh,
oh, yeah.
Because at that moment,
at
I
that
felt
moment,
like, oh, you seem like you are back to me.
Yes.
So can I meet
And
you
by the way,
halfway?
I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Yes,
I don't
I'm like,
mind.
okay, I think
And this, I think it's happened a lot this year because of all the stuff that have been going through and you've been going through and stuff. And when I see the how are you, I'm like, I can't say exactly.
I'm not in
I'm
the
not yet in
space
a
to
space
go
where I
there.
can talk about it.
Yeah.
And this is even not a space to go about. But I also don't want to just say I'm fine because I know I'm not fine. I just move on.
Yeah. And for me, I think my absolute favorite thing about you, DK, is the amount of grace that you extend to your friends.
Aww.
You're always you make me feel seen. Do you understand?
And I think
a
that's
lot
what
of the
friendships
time,
should really be. Yeah.
we don't. I rarely get into how I feel because I don't know how. I rarely do. But in that space, you hold space for me, even in my saying little or saying nothing. I'll say something so small, and you do all these little things that make you feel seen and heard and valued, and it is so beautiful.
Yeah, and I think that's how friendship should be, where you don't have to dim your light. She didn't have to dim your light, but she's holding your light for you in situations where maybe you're not able to hold your light, and you do the same for her. So I feel like we are, because I get this question a lot. Because I talked about friendships. I'm very passionate, and I get people talking about how to navigate friendships in 30s, in the transition, in your 20s. My friendships are breaking up, and I'm like, people are struggling with friendships, but I feel like we have lost the foundation.
Put so much science in
yes,
it's
so simple.
I want to go back to the foundation.
It's so simple.
Exactly.
I don't know where you grew up. I grew up in the village. We were raised by our mother's friends. I want you to go back and remember their friendships. Their strong friendships of these women who would come together, sit on a mat, and be there for one another.
If you have no sugar, you go and borrow sugar.
Without
we
shame.
had this same discussion, is that we've created a certain thing, and this is why our friendships are struggling.
Yeah.
Our mothers told their friends, do you know that our parents borrowed
money from each other?
You people in the town, maybe you didn't know.
When
they had a party.
Gomez
they said,
yeah.
My child is going to Kampala to graduate.
I want to go. Can
I
have
wear
money?
your nice suit? And they would wear it and they would take it back to them. But now I feel so ashamed to ask Zeri. I'm like, Zeri, you have a nice earrings. Can you tell me where you bought them? We struggle. We'd rather see them find a way of
getting
borrow. We are struggling with friendships because we've put so much science. The other thing, I would want us to release our friends. Friends
from the
friends
pressure of anything.
Let's not hold our friends at ransom.
No.
If you've seen your friend posting that she's on the beach and you're like, hey, Mukwan,
these days we go with other people.
Me. I'm like, darling.
If you want, you know what? Simply slide medium and say, can we go to the beach?
Say, oh my God, you are in such a beautiful place.
That's lovely.
How
this
is
looks
it?
nice.
Do you think it's something that we can explore
together?
With
Yes.
the kids and all that. I think we are putting
so much
pressure and science to friendships and assuming things that are not there.
Yeah, but I also feel like the way we are treating friendships, the way we treat our men, we think men are mind readers. We also think our friends are mind readers.
Because I've known you for this
long, then you should know me.
Know.
So there's that expectation. Me, DK, if I want to hang out with you, how many times have I exceeded you? Like, let's go have dinner. Let's do this. If you want to do something with your friend, reach out. Don't wait for them to come to you.
A phone call, those things of
you lost. You don't call me.
A phone goes 2 ways.
Yes.
Like I don't call you and you want to talk to me. Call me.
See, like if I want to call you, call me. So I feel like there is just this unhealthy expectation.
But also I think the thing of jealousy, and when you said jealousy is not specifically a bad thing.
Yes.
Only when acted upon or left to fester. So it's like, I'll see you, you're getting married, I'm not married, you are happy, or I'm married, I'm not happy, you're getting married, and I see and I feel jealousy, and I let it fester in me. That's where now all these comments and all these things,
the resentment,
resentment and stuff, and I feel like often we're not mature enough to understand, okay, I'm feeling jealous with my friend.
Because of this.
By the way, name it. It's okay.
Yeah, envy, jealousy,
It's
those are
okay.
very normal
Envy is
feelings.
fine.
Yeah.
It's okay to have that initial
Green-eyed
oh my
monster.
God, DK has a nice big
Aina
car.
Smeg
You know, she has a snake.
Yeah,
Me,
that-
I'm still on
on Hisense.
on Shagera.
Yeah?
Drive and have a blender. Do you understand? And I feel like she is, doing, going far and
Yeah,
what
and
not.
unknown.
I'm seeing her traveling to where, and I feel that jealousy. It's normal.
It's normal.
I won't even deny it. I feel it. Not specifically for you, but for anyone who comes. Someone's going to pack a Benz and
Me,
for
I
I'm
feel
feeling my area.
yeah.
And I feel that
Exactly.
thing because we're the same age, but you have a better car than me. Yes, it's that initial thing, but then you recognize it, call it out,
Yeah, deal
call
with it.
yourself out, and say, I am feeling a little envious of my friend because A, B, C, and D. But it's okay. I need to turn this envy into
something.
happiness.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. It is her time. I will.
Let me
have
So
my
let's
Yeah.
also play devil's advocate a little bit. Sometimes it's also important for you as the friend to also be a bit discerning.
Discerning, yes,
right?
that's
If
true.
you know that, let's say, for example, your friend is going through a breakup and you are in a flourishing, just got engaged.
Yeah.
Why would
you put
wouldn't
it
it be
in
nice
their
for you
face?
to be mindful and when you hang out with that friend, don't my
boyfriend,
man, but
my
me,
boyfriend.
my man,
Yes,
my man.
true.
Do you understand?
I get it.
Not in a way of
Dimming your light.
your own light, but also just being
And
mindful
that it's too
and
bright for some people.
for someone that they might be.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes because of these seasons, a friend might pull away. Not because they are not happy for you,
But
but
they
because
can't.
it
You're
triggers.
over- yeah.
No,
And
because
that
it
you're
triggers,
triggering
not about
them.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It triggers
definitely.
because maybe I've been in a season where I'm wondering when my turn is going to come. And now we've just finished this one friend's engagement, blah, 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 blah. Now the next friend. And while I'm going through the third breakup in 1 year of a man that I thought was going to progress to marriage, and then I pull back. And you think it's because, but it's
You're
just
jealous,
because
she's
it triggers
jealous just because she
me.
can't get her.
Yeah. I think
So it's a bad, like with everything
Yeah,
else,
grace.
it's
Goes
balance
back.
and grace.
Yeah, I think it goes back to, again, I'll bring in etiquette and manners all the time. So generally, life is about consideration of other people's feelings and then yourself. I mean, and again, back to what I said, is that a good friend will be there for all seasons of your life. So whilst you're going through a breakup, for me, my role as a good friend is, Zeri, how do we navigate this? While I'm going in my happy season, I'm like, Zeri, you're so happy for me, and like, how do we navigate this? Also, again, the other things, dealing with transition. I come from the school of thought that it is very good to introduce your friends to your partner. First of all, I've had this whole thing of don't introduce your friends to your partner.
No, yeah.
I can tell you, friends, is that they will find them in this Kampala. It is small.
Hey.
You can't put cages.
You can't.
Put them in
I
cages.
believe, first of all, men have discernment, by the way.
They're
And
not children.
Especially your partners, your husband.
Yeah.
They are ordained. I don't want to sound like a
pastor.
motivational speaker, but men have been ordained. I want to tell you, in most cases,
They'll
when
say,
your husband tells you,
that person.
your friend, and we usually talk about men, and you're like, they don't make friends. They struggle with making friends. Maybe they discern a lot. But for the times that he has warned me about this,
It has always been right.
it passes. So usually when you introduce your friends to your partner, usually they'll say, oh, this friend. And I know I've had grace from my husband saying, DK,
You like so and so, but
you need to go and be there for Claire. I know that today is Sunday, but please.
Today,
Yeah.
She needs
Please
you.
go.
I'm okay.
I am really okay. I will go with you. And you even feel safe. Even when he calls you and you're like, I'm still at class, it's like, I understand. Can I wait for you? It is very important that you feel secure with your friends
partner,
before your partner. And in the end, it is good that you also have some mutual friends. So as it is good that you have your own friends, it is also good that you find
friends of that couple.
Yes, that you've made these friends. For me, at home, we keep saying that I make friends for the family. When Claire is my friend, I want your husband to
be
also
your
come
friend.
around in the
Yeah.
friendship
Yeah.
and also be my husband's friend.
Yeah.
So that is easy. When we say we're going to visit the Claires,
You're
it's
both
not-
coming to
we
visit
are
both
both
of us.
coming,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
easier.
It
I
helps
know. Yeah.
the friend the strength
So
of your
I
relationship.
think we need to break away from this fear of your man will see your friends in a
And because
different
they are
way.
single, they
Why?
are
He
one
will
of
see
they are
them in
hotter.
this
They'll see
company.
others.
They will
Yeah.
see them every single day.
Yeah.
Even those who are not your friends, they'll
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah, I want to circle back to what Zerida is talking about in terms of like when your one friend is going through another thing that may trigger an envy or a negative feeling in the other friend. I had a personal experience. So when I announced I'm getting married and stuff like that, a mutual friend, a very dear friend of mine, and that's why I said that I think it's important for you both to be vulnerable and to hold space for each other without judgment. She came and told me, said, you know what, I'm envious. You announcing this did this to me. And we talked through it together, we prayed together, and I never at any one point felt like, oh, she's not happy for me or she's judging me, because we have been walking the
Had
journey
that
together.
conversation.
So I feel like it's very important for you to be vulnerable with each other. In your where one person acts like I have it all figured out, I'm the strong one, those friendships don't work. It has to be a mutual understanding, vulnerability. Where honestly, we sat down. She told me, she's like, you know what, you telling me that just made me realize I want marriage too. I want a partner. I'm praying, and we've been praying together. And so it's very important for you to have these difficult conversations and not shy away from them in your friendship. Because if you do, then
as we get into, I know sometimes when you're entering certain seasons of your life, especially now that we're older, our problems are they are complex.
Yeah.
So when your friend confides in you
don't
about
take it,
something,
don't judge them.
please, when I start hearing these things from other friends,
Of course.
treat your friend's information with respect.
Yeah.
Respect it the same way you would like other
Exactly.
people to respect. To you, it might be something small. Do you understand? It could be something small that is not a big deal. But how is that friend feeling when they hear it from another friend?
Yeah.
Do you get? Because we don't get to judge what's big, what's small. It might be something really small to you, but it's something really big to me.
Yeah.
So etiquette, how do we navigate that? Do you ask? Can I share? How do we do this?
For me,
I share.
is that I think, like we've talked about discernment, you have had friends. And I think it is very important that we learn and appreciate that we have friends in different categories.
Different places.
Yes, and also, I mean, Claire, if I'm your friend in the business line, then I believe that my conversations with you are, DK, my business is struggling. If you start telling me how your marriage is struggling, then you're crossing the line that I might not respect.
Yeah.
It is very important that we know, we categorize our friendships, and we learn boundaries. While we are giving grace, it is very important that we learn boundaries. Why do you think I'm your best friend?
I may not think
I'm your business friend. You see? So it is very important that, because that will help us to avoid the disappointments of.
So is that
I
to
can't
say we
believe-
save this information? These are my best friends. These
Yeah.
are the ones I tell.
Yes, I believe that
But not
people-
everyone owes you loyalty.
No, yeah, definitely.
I also believe that if you've moved a journey with someone or with some people,
There's certain expectations.
because you see, people cannot pretend forever. You've been in a place and they're like, Zeri, let me tell you, do you know that person told me this and this? Do you know? And they told me not to tell anyone. So what makes you think that now for you,
you can tell. You need to be discerning.
Believe people.
And that's what I was telling people, pay attention.
Believe
so as we
people.
walk journeys with people, pay attention to what they say, to their acts.
And also how they treat other people.
Yes, then you will discern and when I'm struggling in my marriage,
This is not the person to go to.
there is the person I tell and I know she'll die with it.
Exactly.
When I'm struggling with children, this is the person that I'm going to tell. Know where you're seeking comfort,
And
know
where
where
you're
you're
seeking
seeking
excitement.
hand clap.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is very important.
Yeah. My therapist always. I remember one of the things that took me to therapy was struggling friendships. 2020.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I had never had a friendship breakup, and it really shook me. And then,
Catastrophic.
and my man then said, "Wang, I'm tired of you mourning. Again, I'm with therapy." And then we did this exercise called the drawers. And as Dike was saying, you know, you keep moving your friends in different drawers. Some people
Instead of keeping them in their designated
so
drawer.
some people have earned the right to be. They used to be outer in the lower drawers, in the bigger drawers, but now they've earned their right to be in the semi-sized. Others have moved from the smaller size to the bigger size. So keep moving them around as they show you who they are. Your friends. I feel like we hold on to friendships so much because of the length and not so much the quality. But you know, you should focus on the quality of friendship.
Yeah.
Keep moving them around. If they've shown you and they don't want to be in the small drawer, no need to keep them there. Move them to the bigger drawer or move them out totally. If they've shown that from the bigger drawer they deserve to be in the smaller drawer, then you move them in the small. So I think boundaries and just being able to shuffle. You're the CEO of your life. You know, shuffle your friends based on their actions and what they have shown you, who they truly
And
are.
release it.
And release it, yeah.
All
Don't
the
go around
residue.
gossiping about them.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. Just didn't work. Move the big drawer. Keep it moving.
I think before we even speak about other people doing stuff to us as
Yeah.
friends, let me tell you, I used to be one of those people. My friendships that I have now, my first real friendships outside of my sister.
Yeah.
You get, and it's so vulnerable. I have never been through a friendship breakup. Breaking up, why? When you get it, it's never really, because I've never really given
Yourself.
myself like that to people.
Yeah.
In a way that I think even now there's a limit to which I am not vulnerable. And I think that's even why I retract. I'm protecting myself, you know, because if you come to me and I'm going through something, I will tell you everything, and then the next day I'll be like, but why did I tell these things?
Yeah.
So it's my way of protecting myself. But in that case, like, I used to be one of those people who didn't care enough about my friends that as soon as you do something that's uncomfortable to me, I'm out.
Yeah.
You get, and I always have that instinct. Always an instinct. Someone says something that hurts, that feels extremely uncomfortable. I'm like, excuse me, exactly, Claire, why are you here as this person?
See?
Put them in drawer number. you get it.
That, yeah.
So I have been that person. I really have, and I can't lie, because I see a lot, especially on social media, we talk a lot about friends
And
what
not.
they've done to us.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I had this friend, but you
And
were
not
that friend
our
once.
role.
We never ever say the
Yeah.
role we've done. And I've been very, in my older years, I've become very introspective.
Which is a good thing.
I've become very introspective, and I will always know that I will always know, and if I don't, I'll know the next day. You get, and I try as much as possible. And right now, anyone who does something wrong, I just go back and say, Claire, you end up not having any friends.
Yeah. You have to extend grace.
I have to extend grace, and I'm that person. I just want to just leave.
Yeah.
I don't need this emotion for what?
Oh, I know.
Like,
Too
yeah,
much.
I
Too much.
get so scared and I run away.
Giving avoidance.
Yes, I really am.
Giving avoidance. I realized recently, I was having this conversation with DK, that I recently realized that I have a disorganized attachment style. As well, like, I'm an overlover. I care a lot, but I have a fear of people not caring as much about me
Yeah.
as I care about them.
Yeah.
I fear.
She sent
I
you a message
fear.
and I didn't see.
Quesiva people. You know what I mean?
know.
And she deleted it.
Yeah, so I'm extremely sensitive to these kinds of things. So I was telling her, I was explaining to her. So I sent her a message. There was an event, because she's usually my +1 to events, because we have the same
Vibe.
Yeah, we know our bad manners. Anywho, so I sent her a message on a Friday, and I said, how are you doing? What are you doing this weekend? Shall we go to, I think it was the M-Pesa, whatever, your event?
FX Pesa.
Event. So I sent her a message and said, what are you doing tomorrow? Shall we go to the FX Pesa event together? And she didn't open the message, right? So Friday, I sent it on Thursday. Friday no trade, Saturday no trade.
You were like,
Friday she was off the
ghosted.
internet. Saturday she comes on the internet, she's showing us the pot.
She hasn't read the message.
She has not opened the message. So Saturday comes, the event happens. Sunday, the whole weekend, the woman is showing us the pots and the pan.
She's
and
not
she has not
opening.
opened
And
my
you see that
message.
the message is not open.
It's not
That
opened.
means,
Now, for me, what that communicated to me is you've seen it, because usually you can see it in your notifications.
So you came up with your
but
own
you
story.
don't want. Yes, this is what for
You
me
told yourself.
I translated as. You've seen the message
You don't
unread,
want to
because when you
deal
open
with
your
it.
DMs, you can only see the first sentence, and it was a brief message. But you probably don't want to go with me, so you haven't opened the message, so you could open it on Monday
And
you
say,
know,
oh,
say,
sorry,
"I'm
I just
sorry."
seen it.
But you're on the Instagram updating, showing us, you know what I mean? And so I unsent the message.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And then I think I liked something. I commented on your post, and then you sent me, "Oh, Zeri, how are you?" And I reported myself. I said, I sent you a message. I unsent it. And she told me, "Zeri, you are
toxic." I'm like, I didn't see the message. I don't know. For me to see the messages, I need to first put my VPN on, which I really dread. So now I was doing my usual checkups of, hi Zeri, how are you? How have you been? I said, I was here before and I deleted the message.
And then I explained that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then another time we had plans to go to an event on a Saturday. And then remember we had got a ticket for Palm, whatever. And then you sent me a message on Friday that said something about how you were feeling. So
I
for
had
me,
flu.
I took it as a
So you understand.
cancellation. So I remember telling the welcoming committee that, we can hang out, whatever. Dickie has cancelled. So I'm chilling in the house. I was still in my 90s, whatever. Then you call me at like 3. No, first I saw you on the Instagram dressing up with Pam. You guys were going for lunch at Kanakazana. And I was just like, okay. Pam is updating. You were not posting. I was like, does Dickie know that I follow Pam?
You see what we're release your
And
friend.
then you called me and said, what time are we meeting? I am going to, Bugolobi, whatever. And I was like, but I thought you cancelled.
I said that was not a cancellation. I know what a cancellation means on my end. I was just updating you that I have flu.
Yeah.
And this is what we are talking about, that do not
Fill in the gaps.
Do not release your friends. Get the phone and call and say, Zeri, were you meaning that you're not able to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
handle
get
the
that.
Yeah.
Like,
But you
don't
see,
take things
from where we
serious.
stand, sometimes you've dealt with people who have done things a certain
Yeah.
way.
So you
and so
carry
you start
that.
to assume that
Everyone is going to do
Yeah,
doing
I told her,
that.
Zeri,
Do
when
you
I'm
understand?
cancelling, I'll tell you
I'm
I
cancelling.
can't make
Can't
it.
come.
Or
This
I'm
was
able-
just
I'm going to call you and
information.
It
say,
was just
Zeri,
information.
no,
I tell you, after I sent you,
after
after I replied, your data was off. You had switched off. So a message said on one cheek. I have friends who do that. They cancel, like let's say I was supposed to go somewhere with Priscilla, and it was important. Priscilla, I don't want to go. I've got another plan. And then I cancel on Priscilla and go offline.
So
you
that she doesn't
understand?
see me.
So that I was just like trauma.
Yeah, so deal with your trauma, friend. Deal with your trauma because it shows up in your
But it's
friendships.
still, it's that. So in trying to understand that I have these reactions, I have knee-jerk reactions to caring about people.
Yes,
I care about you, but the smallest thing
I
I'm going to
retract.
retract.
And that's why it is
to
important
protect
to understand
yourself.
our friends in their categories.
Exactly.
For example, the other day I was telling Zeri, she sent me a message. I'm like, Zeri, I'm responding very fast because if I don't respond,
Toxic.
but I
And
know
we laughed.
that I have my friends who I have my good neighbor. She's not good with text. You send her a message and 3 days later she'll be calling you.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you respond to the message? So I've learned even now when I need to communicate to her, I'll pick the phone and call.
Yeah.
For me, that's the
That's
typical
true.
way.
But
And I-
because now now because Zeri has been vulnerable to tell that, look, I have this trauma and this is how I will show up. But if you don't,
No, but
if
even
she
me,
never
I
says
know
it,
that she wouldn't
exactly.
do that to me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
But
very
also,
important. Let's talk.
way,
Yeah, talk.
At a level of friendship, I should be able to tell you, Claire, and say, Claire, I really struggle with
Exactly.
audios. For me, I struggle with audios.
Yeah.
Like, and I tell my friends, I'm
Yeah.
like, I struggle with listening. Even when I'm responding, I listen. I listen as I respond. I type. I don't want to speak
I
on
also
the
hate
phone.
audios.
So
Hate
you see,
audios.
if your friends that enough,
talk.
You should be able to know that
say.
actually Claire's struggle is answering the call. So let me just send a quick text and immediately she will respond.
Yeah, but also that the other flip side is you can say it's my struggle. I don't talk, but then you talk with every other person. Then that's that you see, you get. So just be honest in your friendships. If you want,
I'm the
Claire.
kind of person. I met someone recently, lovely lady. I told her, just don't text me. Just don't text me. I'm not going to respond. I have 500 unresponded messages. Kindly don't be 600.
Just call.
You know, and I say, listen, if there's anything you want, actually, it's easier to get to me through Instagram.
Same.
Than
It's
through
easier
WhatsApp.
to get to me.
You
through
need
WhatsApp.
to get to me WhatsApp. Send me a DM. You know, and it's and for that grace to be like, okay, this person, I'm not being dismissive. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. Then you're going to send me WhatsApp. I'm just cutting the get to know me part shorter, so that you don't have to go through the whole. You text me like 6-7 times before you realize this babe doesn't answer. Respond to WhatsApp. I don't even read them because it's too overwhelming for me, and I can't stop it. You know, and I feel like it's it's two-way.
It's two-way,
It's
two-way. Have the grace to understand other people.
basically you just need to keep on stopping, reflecting. Stopping, reflecting. And if it's unclear, ask. I feel
we need to wind up this. So
we could go on and on and on.
So parting shots. How to navigate, and what are your last few words?
The constant reminder and consideration of other people's feelings first, and then you. I think for me, if you are constantly being reminded of how you make other people feel, you will maneuver this world, including the world of friendships.
Great.
Like I say, friendship is like a relationship. It's our relationship.
It is, yeah.
You know, it might not be a relationship with a person of the opposite sex, but it's important. So nurture it, understand the same way you want to be understood, understand. The same way you want to be treated, treat, and you cannot be selfish. You cannot be self-centered, although sometimes we cannot give what we don't have. And you can be vulnerable, communicate that. Any relationship without communication is not a relationship. You know, if you're able to tell your friend and laugh about the silly toxicities that you've had in your relationship, so that they can understand you better. When you guard yourself, no one will understand. And you get pissed alone, and you end up alone.
Yeah, I think for me, my last parting shot would be, number one, extend grace to your friendships. Be vulnerable in your friendships. There's no need for you to have a guard up. If you want this person to be your friend, allow to be known, allow to be seen. Because if you put up a shield of, I'm boss babe, I got this all that time, I won't know you. I'll simply know if the version everyone knows, But then also the last part, and this is from a very personal and deep space, is believe your friends when they show you who they are. If someone tells you, look, I don't want to be your friend, even if you have been thinking about them like, oh my God, these are my die, and they've told you, shown you, believe them, release them, and move on. It's okay. Extend grace, naturally, by force. It's not by fire, by force.
And release them nicely.
Release them nicely. We don't go gossiping about them. Just send them love and send them grace and release them into the world to be loved by other people who they want to be loved by. Yeah.
I would say if it's important to you, you will work on it. Although this goes like it's you can't force a relationship that's dead.
Yeah.
Right? So as Priscilla said, no water
what wants to be watered.
that wants to be watered. But also communicate. Like any other relationship, communication is important. It's so easy for us to assume things about other people for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes we assume from a point of trauma. Sometimes we assume from a point of fear. Sometimes, but it's important to communicate those things, because as much as it's scary, like Priscilla said, to be vulnerable, there is also so much to learn and so much to grow from being vulnerable. I might be vulnerable with you and you throw it back in my face.
And it's okay.
Great, because then I should know that you are not the one.
Exactly. You
push
move
it
And
out.
you know what? That's okay.
It's okay,
And then for another person, you'll be vulnerable with them and we'll laugh about it. Baby girl over here always teases me about my toxicity when I send messages, because I was able to
be vulnerable,
share that and be vulnerable and say, look.
And someone else will be like, man, this chick.
Too much. I can't
That's
deal.
okay. I kind of like a relationship. If you're in a relationship with a guy and he didn't want
Yeah,
you. It's okay.
it's okay. It doesn't mean you're a
him,
bad
then,
woman.
Like,
Yeah.
then make him bad, then make
It's
you
not you.
bad.
You're just
Yeah.
not good
It's
for
just
each
not,
other.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
never
But
do
also,
friendships.
do not. This is who I am in friendship either. Right? This is
Yeah.
who I am is leading to a failed
Yes.
relationship. Just because I have a disorganized attachment style does
Doesn't
not
mean it's
mean it's okay for me to go on
Being like
accusing
that.
people of, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
important to be introspective and to make changes where we
Where
can,
you
because
can,
our
yeah.
behavior, even if that's how we are, you can change that, you can work on it,
Yeah.
and you can reflect on how you are
And how it's
affects
affecting
other
other people. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I think this has been a very deep.
Wonderful.
It's been a very deep conversation. We had to really get it out. We couldn't cut it, but yeah, I think it's been amazing.
Yeah.
I've learned a
Thank
lot
you
from
for
all of
having
you.
us, guys.
We've had
It's
such
been
an
nice
amazing
having
time.
you.
Yes, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
And thanks for being amazing friends to each one of us.
Yeah.
Let us know who is your amazing friend. Tag them in the comments.
Yes,
We'd
yeah.
like to celebrate them. We'll give them
Yeah.
a shout in the next episode.
Definitely. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and invite your friend to watch this show. So
See you next week.
bye.
Same time.
I